Hello guys, thank you so much for subscribing, and if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Okay, so on today's tutorial we'll be learning how to draft a corset using a bra cup, and also how to make a corset with a yoke and a back loop. You need your bra cup, very important. You need your curve, your ruler, your marker or your pencil or pen, then your scissors, and most importantly your pattern paper. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to draw our shoulder line. If you don't want to draw the shoulder line, you can use the edge of the paper. But I'm drawing the shoulder line. Now after drawing your shoulder line, we are going to measure the neck. Now I'm using the normal neck measurement, which is 3 inches wide and 3 inches in depth. After doing that, you draw a straight line passing across those points and you join them together. Now when you're done with that, you can take your curve to get the neck curve. So now you place your curve on those lines to bring out the neck curve. Now after getting your neck curve, the next thing we do, we're going to get our shoulder measurement. Now your shoulder measurement is your shoulder divided by 2. The measurement I'm using is 14 divided by 2 is 7. Then after doing that, under that measurement of 7, you go down by 1 inch. This is for you to get your shoulder slope. Then you draw a line from that 1 inch and stop on your shoulder line. After doing that, on that shoulder slant, you measure your armhole. The armhole I'm using is 7. I've already explained to you how to get your armhole. Now when you stop, the point where you stop as your armhole, you're going to draw a horizontal line across that point. That point, you measure it as your chest line. When you're done with that, you measure your armhole into 2. And you go in by 0.5 inch. Then on your chest line, you mark your bust measurement. Your bust measurement plus your seam allowance. Then you draw a curve from your bust measurement to that point where you went in by 0.5. Then from that point you went in by 0.5, you also draw a curve and stop at the beginning of your shoulder slant. Now when we are done with that, we are going to take our vertical measurement. So you make sure your tape starts from the shoulder line. First we take our bust point, which is 10. Your underbust I'm using is 12. Your half length or your waist length 15. The full length of the corset is 21. The full length of the corset is 21, so that you'll be able to sit. If you make it longer than 21, the person will not be able to sit properly, so you make it 21. And when you're done with that, you draw a line across those points. After drawing a line, you label those points, those lines, so you don't get confused. The bust point, underbust, half length always, then the full length of the corset. Now when we are done with that, we are going to place our cup. We're going to place our cup. Now when placing your cup must always start from the underbust. Make sure the curve of your bra cup sits on the underbust line. Make sure it sits on the underbust line. After doing that, we are going to measure how high we want the midpoint of the corset to be. The midpoint that is in between the bra cup, how high you want it to be or how low. I want it to be 8. Then after doing that, you're going to measure how wide you want it to be. I'm using 1. This is because after marking it 1, when I stitch, some inches will come out from the side. So it's going to be about 1. It's going to be about ½ inch. So I'm using 1. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to place my cup. Make sure the tip of the cup starts from that line you marked. The tip of the cup starts from that middle line between the bra cup. Then you trace the line passing through your underbust up to your chest line. You trace out the bra cup. When you're done tracing out the bra cup, we're going to take our nipple to nipple measurement. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm using is 4. Now I'm going to mark 4 on all the lines. Then I'll draw a straight line passing between all those points I marked 4 up to my chest line. I'm going to draw a straight line on those points I marked 4 up to my chest line. So after doing that, by the half length, I'll take out the dart. The dart I'm taking out is 1 inch. When you take out ½ inch on both sides of the half length, that is a total of 1 inch. Then you connect them from the bust point down to the full length of the blouse. So when we are done with that, on the underbust, we're going to take out the underbust dart. There is 1 inch on both sides, 1 inch on both sides on the underbust line. When you're done with that, you're going to make a curve from that underbust and stop at your bust point line. You make a curve from that underbust line, that place you marked 1 inch, and stop at your bust point line. Then when you're done with that, from that underbust point, you just connect it down to the half length. You connect it and stop at the dart line on the half length. So I'm crossing out that part because we don't need them. We are going to cut them out when we are done drafting the pattern. That part we took out from the underbust, we are also going to take it out from our bra cup. That means when you're sewing, make sure you take out that same dart from your bra cup under. You just tag it and stop at the midpoint of the bra cup. Now after we are done with that, we are going to mark our measurement. From the waist measurement is 7 plus the 1 inch that I took. Then you connect it down to the half length. From there, for the full length, you just use your French curve. From that half length, you draw down to the full length of the blouse. Then after doing that, you go up by 1 inch. You go up by 1 inch. After going up by 1 inch, you just draw a curve. You know the blouse is not supposed to be straight. It should be at least a little bit curved by the side, so you go up by 1 inch. Now when we are done with that, we're going to take out the middle dart. The middle dart I'm taking out is ½ inch. The same thing as 1, since our material will be on the fold, same thing as 1. Now I was supposed to take out this ½ inch. I was supposed to take out this ½ inch dart before putting in the actual measurement. So what I'm going to do now, since I've already calculated the actual measurement, I'll just add the ½ inch at the half length. All other measurements will be the same. The only difference is at the half length, you know it was 7 plus the 1 inch dart. 7 plus 1 inch dart. Now I'm going to add ½ inch. The ½ inch I took from the midpoint, I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it. Then I'll just connect the lines. I'll make sure everything is connected correctly now. I connected the bust point to the half length, but from the half length to the hip I had to clean it because you know I added ½ inch, so it's going to increase. So I had to clean it and make a new line from there down to the full length of the blouse. So when we are done with this, we are going to use our marker and trace out the line so we can know where we are cutting out and the pattern we are going to make use of. Now after marking out the part we'll be cutting out, you connect the side of your bra cup to the armhole. Then after doing that, you can label your pattern. Now this side I'm crossing out, we are going to cut them out. We don't need them. Always label your pattern so you don't get confused. Now this part we cut out as a bra cup, you can still use it as a pattern to cut out your corset bra if you're not using a bra cup. So next we'll go to the back pattern. Now to get the back pattern, we're going to start by drawing our shoulder line as usual. Then after doing that, we're going to measure the shoulder neck. The shoulder neck I'm using is 3 inches wide and 1 inch depth because you know the back don't have to be deep. So 1 inch deep and 3 inches wide, just like the front. Now after doing that, we are going to draw out our neck curve. After drawing out our neck curve, we're going to measure the shoulder length. The shoulder length should be exactly just like what you did at the front, 7. Then go down by 1 inch. Then you get your shoulder slant. Now, after getting the shoulder slant, we are going to measure our armhole. The armhole, just like the front, is 7. You draw a straight line from your shoulder slant down to that 7, the point you mark 7. Then you draw a straight line across that point. That will serve as the chest line. Then on that chest line, you mark your bust point plus the seam allowance. Then you divide your shoulder into 2. Connect from that point you mark on your chest line down to that point you marked on the armhole. Now for the back pattern, we don't need to go in by 0.5. You only do that for the front. When you're done with that, you start from your shoulder line. You measure your bust point, then your half length. The back pattern, you don't need under bust. You mark your bust point, your half length, then the full length of the corset. After doing that, you label the lines. After you label the lines, we're going to take nipple to nipple measurement. 4, as usual, just like we did at the front. You draw 4 on all lines. You're going to mark 4 on all lines. Then you draw a straight line passing across those points. When we're done with that, we're going to take out our darts from the half length 1 inch dart, that is 0.5 on both sides. Now for a corset, the back part does not need zip allowance. That's why you see I didn't include the zip allowance when I started drafting out the back pattern. This is a corset, so we're going to make use of loop. So what I'm going to do, from the chest line, I'll take out 2 inch. Then from the full length of the blouse, I'm taking out 1 inch. This is because I want my back part of the corset, I want it to be in a slanted form. If you want it to be in a straight form, you can measure 2 at the chest line and 2 down to the full length of the blouse. But I want it to be in a slanted form so that when I'm fixing the rope, it will be in kind of a downward triangular form. So that's why I did mine in a slanted form. So you can see I labeled it loop. That means that's the part we'll be fixing our loop. Now on the back yoke, we'll be fixing a keyhole. So what I'll do, from the neck, I'll go down by 1.5 inch. This is because after taking out 1/2 inch on both sides, when you're stitching, it will be 1/2 inch or 1 inch, depending on how many inch you take out while stitching. So at my keyhole, I want it to be in the form of a kind of a curve. I don't want it to be just straight or just round. So because I'll be using a lace, I'm going to slant the lace in a way that the edges will come out in a curve. So that's how you see my keyhole is this way. So we're going to start taking the body measurement from the beginning of the pattern, not from the loop line. This is because we've already taken out 2 inch from the loop line. So you taking out another inch, you're making the pattern to be very small. So we'll start from the beginning of the paper. On the waistline, you take your waist measurement plus the 1 inch dart. Then from the waist to the full length of the blouse, there's no need for you carving out another line. Just bring out the side dart from the front pattern, place it on from the waistline, and you draw your line down. Wherever it stops, you just connect the curve from the full length of the blouse. So when we are done with that, from the chest line, I'll just go down by 1/2 inch in a curve form. In the curve form, you can leave it to be straight. Because when we want to attach the yoke, I just went down by 1/2 inch. So that it will be in a kind of a curve form. And after doing that, we're going to trace out our lines with the marker so that we'll know the pattern will be cutting out and those we're going to make use of. After doing that, we're going to mark in between the loop, that's the space for the eyelet. So I'm using 2 inch space between each eyelet, 2 inch. So you can use maybe 1.5 or 2.5 depending on how many eyelets you want. This part I'm crossing out, I don't need them, I'm going to cut them out. Then label your pattern, always label your pattern so you don't get confused. When we are done with that, we're going to cut out the pattern. After cutting out, this is what we have. This is the back pattern. This is a combination of both the back and the front. So if you like this tutorial, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.